Hello, my YouTube friends. Thanks for joining in tonight. It feels good, man. Feels good to be on here with you guys and be hanging out, man, on a nice Wednesday night hump day. Hope you guys are feeling it tonight, man, and want to ease on back. Go ahead and get you some popcorn or go ahead and mix your little toddy there. Either way, man, we're going to get comfortable tonight. Talk about some really cool stuff that we all can benefit from. First off, I wanted to touch off, man. If you haven't joined the Facebook group Audio Master, you need to do so now. You got to go to your groups and type in Audio Master and join the group, man. We got some great people joining up, some top engineers around the world who are joining in. Hello, Nazario. It's good to see you tonight, brother. But we got some top people joining in on our Facebook group, and you don't want to miss out, man, because we got, if you're a musician, it doesn't matter what level you are. You can be a novice or you can be an expert. It doesn't matter. Post your music because we're creating this beautiful hub for all of us to join in and learn from one another and share our experiences, what we're doing right now in these times, and we can all grow from this. So you're going to benefit from it, man. Join the group Audio Master in Facebook. Don't miss out, man. We got some cool stuff going on. Ah, how can we become better recording engineers? That's a really good question, right? That's a really to touch on that, man. I wanted to touch on that tonight. Ah, I had such a good day today, man, and got them endorphins going, and it just feels good to be here with you guys and just share some great information with you. And I wanted to touch base on this because it's imperative for all of us to grow in what we're doing, whether we're just a musician or we're a recording engineer and we want to advance further. So that's a really good question. I was thinking about that today. How we can kind of get complacency in our work and our work ethics, the things that we do around the house, the things just in general. We get complacent in our ideas, and even though we might be smart or we might be talented in a certain area, we can always improve, right? And that's the beauty of growth, is to always challenge ourselves to be better and better and better. So I wanted to bring this up because you and I both know that we can all go and do our research and learn what we need to do, via the internet these days. And but I wanted to touch base on something key that perhaps maybe you haven't thought of, that it's beneficial for all of us, even the most top engineers in the world who have records out there right now that are top records and number one hits. Even these guys are going to seminars. They're going to seminars, man. You can check out these seminars where, you'll have different top notch engineers in there, and there'll be a bunch of them. And you know what? There'll be somebody running the show that'll have the platform, and they'll let him run have the stage. And you know what everybody else is doing? They're listening. They're listening and they're learning and they're watching and they're paying attention to what whoever has the stage is saying. And so, man, can't we all learn from that? Can't we all continue to learn and grow in our knowledge and to be better listeners? I wanted to say this because I had mentioned this in another video of mine about being a better listener and taking the back seat. And sometimes what we need to do, in fact, Nazario brought up the other night on some key points that could help me as to making a better delivery for you guys. And I tried that and I like it. It really, really works. And I know that we need to get to the point a lot of times and not beat around the bush. And so that's why I wanted to bring up tonight. I want to talk about a few things that can help all of us grow, and that's what we want to see happen. We want to see us all grow, right? So that's what's cool about this Facebook group, guys, because you guys can come on here and I can give some great tips on mixing and recording and tracking and all that good stuff that we all need to learn about. okay, to, advance in our love. And but here's the thing. We can all learn from one another, and this Facebook group that we created is going to bring us all together to where we're going to be sharing tips on how to mic drums, on how to do different things and mic acoustic guitars. And I'm going to be doing live interviews with some of these top notch engineers right here on Audio Master Channel. Ah, you don't. I get excited, Nazario, man, because it's really kind of cool to see how we can all grow together from ground up, And we're always rooting for the underdog, most of us anyway. And it's just a beautiful thing when we can take the back seat and say, okay, you drive. I want to see you move those faders. I want to see you mix this tune out the way your approach is. And so everyone has a different style and everyone has a different approach to, mixing or mastering or even tracking. Most of in general have the same approach as far as using mic techniques because these are techniques that go way, way back and have been tested and trued already. So that's a general idea as to where we start from. But again, we always want to be good listeners because the best recording engineers in the world are the best listeners in the world, and they're always listening for a better sweet spot to do their tracking or whatnot. So I wanted to break away real second. I didn't want to avoid you, Nazario. How are you doing, man? How was your day? I wanted to reach out and say hello. Thank you so much for bringing people into the channel. I did want to say that. I always want to continue to let you guys know my appreciation for each and every one of you joining the show and hanging out. And by the way, that Audio Master T-shirt rocks out on you, man. Dennis got his too, and I want to send one out to Steven so that he gets one. He has a lot to bring to the table as well. And I wanted to mention that the more people that we can bring to the table, the more food they're going to bring, and the more food we have to chew on, right? Brain food, So it's food for thought is the lingo to that. So they're going to bring it, man. We're all going to bring something to the table, and we're all going to be able to learn from one another in this journey of in this journey of love of audio recording and mixing, man. It's just such a beautiful thing. I love it, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, how can we become better recording engineers? I want to tap back on that, man. I'm going to hit you in the middle now. We can do that by always being a better listener and attending seminars and always watching other videos. We want to learn from everyone. So, there's a ton of videos out there on recording and mixing. So, hey, you can learn a lot from YouTube. And that's why we're here. We're here to learn from one another. And so, tap into some of those other engineers and listen to what they're doing. They have some great advice on how to get from point A to point B. And we're all going to learn from one another as we grow. And so don't just get complacent in your ways and your mixing and all that other good stuff because we can all get complacent. And it's something we need a pat on the back every now and then and a little push, right? Every one of us need that little push to continue growing. Hey, Dennis, how are you doing? Yo, man. Hey, listen, I would bring both of you in tonight on the screen, but I wanted to tell you what's going on, man. I went to plug in my Be Live tonight when I got it, and I worked out, ran here, ran there, and I was running late. Okay, Dennis. Okay, Nazario, I was running late, man. I was like, man, I want to do a show tonight. I got to get on here. And I get here and I punch in Be Live and nothing comes up. So I restart my computer, thinking it's something. Maybe my computer. What's going on, dude? I'm not gonna be able to do a show tonight on Be Live. So anyway, I was kind of freaking out, and anyway, it came up, but it's not letting me bring you guys in tonight. So you guys are just gonna have to type whatever right there. I appreciate it, man. We're gonna bring you in on another night, but thank you for joining in. Running out of breath, man. So, Dennis, how can we become better recording engineers, man? That was the topic tonight. I suggested joining seminars, listening to other engineers, watching their topics, what they're doing and how they're recording, and what's their some of their secrets, and just being a better listener. So, what's your thoughts on that, man? I'd like to hear your thoughts. All of us have some great food to bring to the table and food for thought to chew on. And so that was just some things that I thought of is just, watch more seminars, practice, use reference mixes and whatnot to try to get close to, but never be ashamed to or get complacent, right? We don't want to get complacent with anything. And you know what, Dennis, I wanted to say, man, you're always inviting me to join these little live things, man. And I do appreciate it. I really, really do. Right now I'm just doing my best to keep it going with all the other stuff I'm juggling. This, as you know, y'all all know that I do landscaping and stuff too as a day job. And so right now this is the busiest time of my year, and I have clients that are actually waiting for me to go tend to them, and I'm waiting on other things. So anyway, is it's been a wild, crazy ride, and you know what? I'm just loving it because I like it. I like it when it gets crazy like this. But most of all, I appreciate you, Dennis, a ton, and I'm glad that T-shirt it looks great on you, and you too, Nazario. The T-shirt looks great on you too, and keep wearing it, man, and keep inviting people to the group because, as you both know, it's growing, and we're bringing in some really cool people, man, that are knowledgeable, and that's what we want. We want to bring in knowledgeable people that just want to be a part of the ride and just want to say, "Hey, man, I'm sitting at the table, and pour me another glass, man. I'm here. I'm here." Anyway, man, I appreciate y'all tonight. There's so much we can all learn, right? We never stop learning. We never stop growing as long as we continue to want to grow and to continue to learn. We can. It's easy for us to say, hey, I don't want to listen, and I'm just, I'm stuck in my ways, and so a lot of us can get like that. I know I can get like that too, man. When you're the boss, you have a certain way of doing things, and you're structured as far as doing things, and sometimes breaking out of that mold can be a little difficult for all of us. But it's a learning experience when we humble ourselves and say, you know what, why not just give it a try, or um, why not try a different approach at this? Because it might be something that I like. It might be more comfortable for me. It might be something that I can get from point A to point B faster and have a greater impact, right? So it's good for us to always be a good listener. I remember my teacher, my second grade teacher, telling me that listen, 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 and the better listeners we are, the better, the more we're going to learn, and the faster we're going to get to point A to B, and be better engineers. Ah, man, don't stop me from learning, please, please, please. Keep my ears open, guys, and keep feeding me with food for thought. I appreciate that. You, Dennis, and you too, Nazario. Thank you so much for whipping the horse in the eyes, man. Jim Morrison said it best. But anyway, we can all become better recording engineers. It's a fun thing. It's a lifetime experience that we're all gonna love and enjoy the ride. For me, it's been just getting and doing it and paying more attention in the mix. Once I got all my tracks up, it's just paying attention to the little things. I was listening to a mix, and you guys heard it. I posted two of my songs that I did on the Facebook page. Okay. These were songs I would love to go back right now and remix, just simply because, I'm hearing a lot of things that I did wrong. A lot of things. One, the guitar is continuously going in this one song, and it's too much, man. It needs to come back and let the other instruments breathe, and to have the stage. and it's a good song, man. It's called Again. I like that song. It's really, really good. I love the way it was put together, the way we put that together, and the instrumentation in there. But the mix ain't right, man, and the vocals aren't strong enough. And so, I'd love to go back and just remix that song, man, and bring it up to radio level to 0 dB, as well as just do a better, cleaner mix. There were some things I could hear some woofiness in one of my other tunes on the kick drum, and I know where to pull that back and put that bell on that EQ and pull that back so that the song has more energy without losing the impact. So there's a lot of things. See how we continue to grow and we listen to our old mixes and we go, it was a good song, but I could have made it better, right? And so that's what we always want to continue to do, is strive to be better and better and better until, we wake up one day and we listen to a mix that we've done and we go, yes, I like that mix. It really sounds good on everything that I've listened to, and it has impact. Even on a little video speaker in your phone, it sounds good, right? In mono. So that's where we kind of want to get. We want to get to all our miss. I'd be happy to give it a whirl. Oh yeah. Well, hey, you know what? Look, I think I've got the stems to all that still. The guy who jetted out of here, we were doing it on his computer. And I think I told you about that, Dennis. So, it was right after I went through a crazy thing and then had to remove and sell everything. But anyway, I think I have the stems here. I think he mailed me all the tracks, and I think I have them, man. I'd love to send that to you, man. Because I love that song. It just means it's one of those songs to me, dude. It's sentimental, man, and it's about a give and take thing. If you listen to the lyrics, it's a give and take, and it's how life really is. How one person, when they're wanting, the other one runs. When you back off, they come. And it's a push pull thing. Well, the lyrics is going on. If you pay attention to that, if you can even hear them. But anyway, and that's one of those songs you got to listen to headphones on, you know, uh, and to really hear the mix, to hear the stereo field, and hear how I'm moving things in and out of the mix and moving things around. And that's really important that we do that. We don't, stay stagnant in our mix. We have things coming in and out. And here's the thing, man. Don't be afraid to boost up here and there, zero point 0.3 dB or 4 dB or whatever when those other instruments come in. And dude, you can really hear that when you get to Again and you get to the second solo of the strings coming in and out, and it's got this push pull thing with the strings going on. And I'm doing that with my faders, Dennis, on there, and you can hear it, and you can hear it get louder, and that's okay. I remember when I first started doing my mixes, Dennis. I was doing mixes, and it was just a balance. Everything was balanced. It was too balanced, and there was no movement in it, and it was real static and just static and you know. But I was thinking at the time, oh, I'm doing a great job because I got a great balance. I was listening to the Outfield. It's called Play Deep. It's the album Play Deep. Listen to that album, man, and listen, Dennis, how just listen to the whole album, because every song on that album is just rocks. But listen what they did in there, man. I mean, things are just getting really loud at different parts in the song, and I'm wondering if they did that after they had their master track and they were riding the fader, the master fader doing that. I don't know. Or did they do that in the mix itself? I don't know. Listen to it, Dennis, if you get time tomorrow or whenever you ease it on back and you have a little time, listen to that album, man. Tell me what you think. I want to hear your thoughts on that, how they did that. It'd be interesting to know what they actually did, because you know what? That's probably one of the best, the coolest, interesting albums because of the dynamics in there, man. I love it. My phone's blowing up. I'm sorry, y'all. But it seems like when I get on here, people not only get on here and text like this, but they private message me, which is kind of cool. So give me a big thumbs up. Hey, you guys support this channel. I appreciate it. But remember, if you give me the thumbs up, I'm only doing this with you guys. Anybody else, it doesn't matter. But give me a thumbs up, man, if you like the video, man, because it helps get in the algorithm and other people can see it. Anyway, I was doing some reading in my YouTube thing and wondering why in the heck, this only gets so many videos, people looking and whatnot. There's a lot of secrets to the YouTube thing, man, and I'm learning them as I go. And it's just crazy how many hidden things are within that. And so, anyway, I'm learning, but there's a lot to learn about all that good stuff. But there's a lot to learn about recording and mixing and being a great engineer. But hey, we got Steve involved now, man. Right? Hey, I'm really digging his stuff, man. I really like his analog gear. What do you think, Dennis? He's got some. He's got some cool analog gear. That Pultec stuff, the EQ, and those Yuri 1176s. To die for, dude. To die for, Dennis. And that 2-inch tape machine, you and I were talking about that, man. Having a 2-inch tape. Oh my gosh. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where if he had all that, and he does, I think he has Pro Tools hooked up to all that, Dennis, where he can shoot from the 2-inch tape to the Pro Tools, or from the Pro Tools to the two inch tape, and he's got it all interlinked how he can run his stuff, and what a beautiful thing to have a studio like that, to be able to work with that kind of equipment, right? You know, I did a video last night how I experienced going to the first big studio I ever went into, Houston, Texas. I went into a big, beautiful studio. They had a bunch of great gear in there. And the guy in there, he just wanted to be somewhere else. And I was thinking to myself, golly, why? How can someone get so complacent? They're so unhappy with, being around this stuff. Evidently, this isn't something they love. They need to be doing something different, right? So, anyway, this has been a passion of mine, as you two know, all my life, basically, really, all my adult life, anyway. And I always try to continue to grow in my personal life, as well as recording and engineering. And then also reaching out to guys like you two, and just people that, in general, because everyone, we can learn something from everyone, y'all, and everyone is important. It should be important to us. And when we take a step back and we realize that, good things come our way, man. It's just that, I don't know if it's karma, or call it whatever you want to call it, but that's why we're here, man, is to help one another, and to reach out to one another and be there for one another, man. That's what it's really all about, right? I love it, man. But thank you guys for joining. I know you had a lot going on tonight, Dennis, and thank you for joining in. I know that you even said you were going to pop in, but I appreciate you popping in. So how can we learn? How can we be better recording engineers? So to sum it all up, we can be better recording engineers by being better listeners. Okay, that's key. Better listener. To read all you can, and try to learn from the best. There's a lot of recording engineers out there. Go to seminars, man. Ask questions if you can ask questions. A lot of people get in a workflow. They don't want to be bothered. They just want you, if just watch and pay attention. But if you can ask questions, ask questions. You're going to learn a lot. It may be just something that may be holding you back, as far as, I'm sorry, um, it may be one thing that's holding you back to stepping up to that other plateau. Okay. And you could hear it from somebody like me. It might be something that I say that you go, oh, he's explaining it to in me to in a different kind of way. And I understand the way Audio Master is explaining it. And wow, I was missing out. So we can all learn from everyone, right? But it could be that one thing that's holding you back to, stepping you up another notch. And every notch just gets you closer and closer to actually being a better mixing and recording engineer, man. And so we can always continue to read. That's something we can do at night in our bed when we're laying down before we go to sleep. Read, 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 and find out what as much as we can. And then watch, 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 and then listen, 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 listen. And the art of recording, it's a beautiful thing, right? And there's a lot of books out there too on recording and mixing that you can learn from. I know that I've read enough mix magazines and recording magazines that I could probably have a library if I'd have kept all those digging things. But as y'all know, I went through a crazy move and didn't want to have to haul everything with me, and just was glad to be glad that I can start over again, right? Because it's never over until it's over, and until then, we're going to continue to do what we love because we love music and we love recording and we love the whole idea of being a part of um, recording and mixing and mastering and all that great stuff. So Dennis, you and I are going to get together. I'm going to talk to you on the phone about how I can send you stems and whatnot. I would love it, man. What a great thing, man. What a great thing. What a great friendship that we all can have, man, on here. Thanks so much for joining in. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. It should be right down there somewhere. A little subscribe button down there. Hit that subscribe and slam that bell and join in tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get on here about 8:30 tomorrow night. We got some good things we're gonna be talking about, man. You don't want to miss out on tomorrow night's show. I'm gonna do a little studying myself and have some key points to drop in on and try to get these videos where they got a little more meat, a little more impact, so that we can kind of get on with it, right? So thanks for joining in, and also subscribe to the group, the Facebook group. Go to groups, type in Audio Master, join along. We got some great people that's joining who have a lot to bring to the table, man. Thank you so much, and we will see you tomorrow.